Darklight 3, Darkworld. Written by Bella Forrest. Narrated by Stacey Glemboski. Chapter 1. I ran hard. The slick path wound before me like an abandoned snakeskin, speckled in brown and gray, studded with rocks. I leapt a trickling stream, the smell of the fresh water and damp turf catching in my nostrils. It was early afternoon in the Scottish Highlands, an overcast August day filled with misting rain. A few thin streaks of light broke through the haze of clouds weaving through the peaks that surrounded me. I sucked in a breath of cool air and pushed my bangs, wet from rain and sweat, from my forehead. Beneath my pale blue athletic jacket, sweat pooled as my body fought to keep up with the punishing pace I had set for today's solitary run. After hiding in caves and living off scraps for over 2 weeks while on the run from the Occult Bureau, I was out of shape. At a sharp bend in the path that jutted out into an outcropping, I paused for a moment to tighten my laces and look out over the landscape. It was a patchwork quilt of gray granite and the hardy green of tough grasses, slightly taller green-brown splashes of heather, and dabs of yellow gorse. The mountains thrust their way up from the landscape, bold, jagged sentinels of ancient stone. Why would Bryce ever leave such a beautiful place? I restarted my run, continuing up into the steep foothills of one of the mountains not far from Glencoe. Getting to see such beauty every day made me even more grateful that I was finally getting back into a proper training regimen. It was my first time in Scotland. Just over 3 weeks ago, I'd stood on a rooftop at the Chicago HQ of the Occult Bureau, an organization sworn to protect the public from supernatural threats, staring down at the man I had once called Uncle. Alan Sloan, director of the Chicago HQ, had been hunting me, my team of human dissenters, and the group of vampires we'd saved from extermination at his hand. In the process of taking down Director Sloan and his equally genocidal fellow board members, my team and I had revealed the existence of vampires to the world, and were now receiving asylum in Scotland while various agencies in the U.S. investigated the Occult Bureau and discussed how to proceed. I currently lived with the rest of the rebels in a secret ex-military facility nestled in the mountainous highlands. Our accommodations had been arranged by our current handler, Major Morag Bryce, older sister of my former bureau captain, Nicholas Bryce. We were now on a mission to figure out our next move forward. Some of our group had been here longer than I had. I'd been delayed by the congressional meetings I needed to attend for the bureau investigation. I pumped my arms.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?